Okay, yay. Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm Rylee, one of our trainers here at Yes Supply, and today I am so excited because we're going to talk to one of our amazing Yes Supply students, Dupe, and Dupe is so incredibly amazing. So I'm so excited to chat with her, get into her story. Good morning. Hello. And really hear all about her and all the amazing things that she's doing in the world. Dupe is currently a Yes Supply Method student, so I am, really excited to get into her story and her to our live here. Oh my gosh, here we go.
Hello.
Hi,
How
how are
are
you?
you? I'm trying to sort this out. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, that's okay.
1 minute. Can you see me? Can you hear me? That's the
I
main
can see
thing.
you, I can hear you.
Wonderful. I don't think this is going to work, but we'll joys of technology. We'll leave it. It's fine. No problem. We make it work.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are
I'm
you?
so
Lovely to see you. Thank you for inviting me on.
Dupe, I'm so excited. You have such an amazing story, and I feel like it's going to be so cool to chat about your story and like going through Yes Supply and everything you've learned. So it's going to be amazing. Thanks for joining us.
Wonderful. Can't wait, Riley. Can't wait.
Okay, Dupe, so I know a little bit about you and your amazing story, but can you share with our community who you are, what you're up to, all of that good stuff?
Yeah. Of course. Well, thank you so much for having me on. I'm Dupe Witherick, and I am a mindset and success coach specializing in the alcohol-free lifestyle. I also do human design. So I'm a human design consultant. So I weave lots of different methodology together. Um, Mindset, reprogramming the subconscious mind, managing your neural pathways and all of that side, as well as the nervous system and helping you regulate your nervous system, as well as all the wonderful tools I've now learned through Yes Supply and human design. And so I really am here to. I feel like I'm here to help women, especially, just realize that they can break free from outdated habits and create a human design aligned life that they can't wait to wake up to. So that's me.
That is so powerful. I feel like you have so many different kind of like modalities that you mesh together to just create like this beautiful, expansive, like really unique experience for people.
Yeah, yeah. And I really love it. I love the fact that when you meet someone, we're all individuals, we're all unique, and we all need different things. And actually, being able to one understand their human design is really quite a special gift, I think, and something that really helps me and the client to just understand themselves better, understand their strengths. With human design, you can also see the shadows and where they're living in their shadows potentially, and they're not living in their full power and their full strengths. And so just having that knowledge and picking up on certain things that you can then say, okay, well, how can I help them release some of that and actually realize that we've been conditioned, Reese talks about it all the time, and you do with, the subconscious mind. And, our subconscious mind is so powerful, but every day we are automatically running 95% of our lives through our subconscious. So we're doing the same thing over and over and over again. And as Einstein says, you can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. So we need to really work on that. But a lot of people just aren't aware of these things. And so being able to help people to fully step into that knowledge and power and then understand who they are in a unique way as well is really important to me. And then on the other side, I ditched drinking about 4.5 years ago. And for me, it wasn't because there was any issue. I didn't hit rock bottom. I would consider myself a normal drinker, like most people would. You're taught to drink responsibly, to be an adult, you need to drink, to go, to socialize, to have fun, to have confidence, to manage stress. It's all around drinking. And that's what I grew up with. And I think it was just the norm. And I discovered after taking a 21-day break that there could be another way. I wasn't fully convinced, but as the time's gone on, so much magic has happened, so much has shifted and changed for me personally. And then I've gone on to help others, and you see the shift in others. And it's not a coincidence that when you take this out of your life, you completely magnetize it, because you give yourself a superpower, you become brave, you can go after all the things you want to do. The world suddenly opens to you and opportunities start coming that you never expect because you're aware of it. And again, when we talk about tapping into our intuition and the subconscious mind and all of that, you completely block all of that off. The whole manifestation piece, trying to bring things to you, trying to really know what you want and truly know what you want in order to then create that, is so much better when you haven't got a substance or something that's blocking you from living your best life.
Totally, I love that. And like you're saying, like you don't necessarily have to have an issue with alcohol to even realize how much programming there is around alcohol and how sometimes like romanticized or almost like glamorized it is, or like you said, associated with like hanging out or socializing, and how we can just kind of like get rid of those beliefs and then, like you said, really easily and effortlessly tap into our intuition when there's not necessarily like substances or things like that, and how incredible that can be.
Yeah, it's been a game changer for me, and it's really helped me to appreciate what's always been inside me. And I think we all feel a bit sorry. We go through, well, for me personally, I went through a phase where I think I thought this was life. I had a good life. I was successful. I was in the corporate world for over 20 years. I traveled the world with work. So there was one year I did 13 countries. I was all the
Wow.
way from sort of Malaysia to this, I was in the US, but then Dubai and South Africa and, all across Europe. And
Everywhere.
so I've traveled a lot and I've worked all over the place. People from the outside will look at me and think I reached the executive director level in the corporate world. And so, but my favorite part of that, interestingly enough, was the coaching and mentoring of people, which I did like on a daily basis. I managed big teams, and I was coaching and mentoring throughout. And then every time I did a course, we did quite a few coaching courses as well. That was part of my role. And every time I did a course, I'd get so excited when it was a coaching course. All the other ones I wasn't really that bothered about. The coaching ones, I'd come out feeling really alive. But I'd always say to myself, I had limiting belief. I'd always say to myself, oh, well, I need to wait till I've retired or till I've got to a certain point before I become a coach. So I probably wanted to be a coach back in my 20s when I first did like a coaching course at work, but never thought, because they were always the executive coaches, so you felt you needed to know all the things and have done all the things in order to do it. And it's really interesting because obviously now I know you don't need to do that at all, but again, that was a limiting belief at the time. So I think coaching has always been something that I've wanted to do, but again, I think you stop yourself from doing things because of what society says, because of the environment, and because who you surround yourself with, and you think that it's not possible. And so so that's been really interesting. And when I stopped drinking and I did that 21-day break, I did that in November. I was thinking about it before Christmas, what is it that I really want to do? Because I obviously had this time on my hands, I had clarity, I was sort of thinking, oh, actually, there's a bit of there's something missing. What can I do? And I decided to do a coaching qualification in the January of 2021. So I qualified as a transformational coach in 2021 in August. But at the same time, I was also headhunted for a role, which I didn't want to take. I didn't want to turn down because it was an amazing role at the time. So I was torn between, do I keep coaching or do I go down the other path? So I carried on the corporate route, and I decided, okay, well, I'll keep coaching on the side. I'll keep doing it because I know I love it, and I knew as part of my role I'd be coaching people, so it was fine. And I actually set up, I did a women's mentoring circle in that role, and I was still sort of dabbling internally as well as excelling coaching my team. So I did that, and then I ended up doing a sober well-being coaching qualification in the April of 22, and sort of that went on for a few months. Did that, And then I thought, okay, I'm done. I've done enough certifications, enough qualifications. I'm fully qualified, but I was basically wearing two hats in between all of that. I wrote a book and
Oh,
I started
wow.
a podcast. So I was doing like loads of things. That's the manifesting generator in me. That's in from human design, the multi-passionate, multi-talented. But I do lots of things. And so I was doing that. So doing lots on the side with my business, and then I discovered Reese and thought, and I loved her. I just loved what I think I saw her. I was doing a course, and she came into the program and spoke at one of the things, and it was amazing. She just, something about her just stuck with me. I don't know what it was specifically, but then I just found myself constantly seeing what she was doing on her Instagram page, attending her amazing, free masterclasses, which give so much value. And I could feel myself thinking, I want to do something with her. I want to do something. I was like, no, I don't need to do the certification because I've got two certifications. Why would I do another one? Again, a limiting belief, because I do love learning, I do love growing, and I constantly do courses and I love reading and things. But I was so sort of adamant I didn't need it, but I thought, well, what can I do instead? So I ended up doing another program with Reese, which was Yes Dreams Clients, which is something else I think now. But then there was this tug that I felt like I should probably do the Yes Supply method. And I love EFT. I'd been doing EFT since I stopped doing it. That was something, a tool that I learnt. And then as part of the Save the Wellbeing coaching, I did that. So I thought, well, to actually be an official EFT practitioner, I had done it as part of my coaching qualification, but it wasn't an official type, certification. So that could be fun. And then obviously you get the mindset coaching, and you get the NEE, the NEW, and then the hypnosis as well. So it's such a broad, there were additional tools, there were additional things. I loved just what she did and what she was about. So I thought, why not? I'll sign up to Yes Supply, and that's why I'm here. So yeah, thank you very
Okay. A
much.
long string, I feel like, of serendipitous kind of like meetings and all of this stuff to kind of get you to this place right here.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And here I am.
Ah, I love that. Okay, so can you share a little bit about this is your journey up to the program, which is incredible. You are a woman of many talents. So what about your journey since you have been in the program? What does that look like?
Yeah.
Any experiences? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, again, it's been a really amazing journey, and I reflect back to when I started this back in the beginning of February. I think we started, and I think what it's done for me personally, as well as obviously I hope hopefully helping my clients along the way, because I've been using a lot of these tools with my clients as well as I've been going along. But it's really solidified my confidence as a coach, and I think it's given me that extra, the extra toolkit. So I had a load of tools, I've got a load of things that I've already done, but then to add to it, it's really just helped me feel a lot better as a coach and a lot more confident. I've loved the group because it's been such a wonderful group of women who have been doing it. And each week we've got to know each other a bit. I love the fact that we actually practice in the calls, and we practice on each other, and we bring real life things. And so you're being coached along the way. And I have my own one-to-one coach, but I also just love being in that container and doing that, because it's been just so fun and so lovely to get to know everyone. I have to say it's gone really quickly, but I've loved every single week, and it's been really doable as well, because I thought maybe I've taken on too much, because it's quite a lot of things. Every week we were doing 3 hour calls, and you obviously do all the prep before you watch all the videos. And oh my goodness, there's so much gold there, that all the videos are just amazing. And I love the videos that you and Steph do, Rylee, and I've just really enjoyed the experience, and got to a point where just learning some of the tools, realizing, I think, as well, what works for me versus what I probably wouldn't use, and then also being pleasantly surprised. So hypnosis, for example, I've done hypnosis recordings, and I know about a bit about hypnosis. I know how it works, but I was just maybe still a little bit skeptical without realizing I was skeptical. And going through the hypnosis modules was just an eye opener, and I love them. I've been doing them like constantly sort of myself, and I'm now really keen to share with clients and create hypnosis sessions and recordings for clients as well, because it really just changed my perception of how powerful it is. And I loved and I think it's because we've all grown up with the sort of Paul McKennas and others who are on the stage doing hypnosis and making people look ridiculous, and you have this impression that that's what it is, but really it is just deep meditation, and it's just so powerful that I'm definitely going to weave that in a lot more as well. So the program as a whole, I would highly recommend. And wherever you are on the journey, even if you're new to coaching, or if you already have a qualification, you think you already know everything. We never know everything. There's always more to learn, and it's just been a lovely, really special container as well. So I think I landed on my feet with the group that I ended up in. So yeah, it was good.
I love that. Okay, I love, because hypnosis is what we did most recently. So I love that. My favorite thing is when people come in and they're a little bit skeptical. I really like that. And then they're super open to like learning or trying it. And like you said, you get to try it in the cohort, and then you're like, oh, wow. Like this is actually really special, and I can actually really use this to impact my clients.
Yeah.
And I'm sure like you being a part of this, your clients feel that ripple effect of like, oh my gosh, like Dupe's got all these incredible, amazing techniques, and then you're showing up, constantly bettering yourself, and then being able to like really show up and have such like a toolkit of things, and just being open to learning new things. So I love that. Thanks for sharing that experience.
Well, thank you, Rylee, for being there every week as well. It's been fun.
Like you said, we have such a great group. Have you had any like wins or shifts that you felt kind of like in the container that you would like to share? Oh,
Am I back?
yeah, you're back.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I had a phone call come through, which is always typical.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, you're back again.
Yeah, okay, I'm back again. All right.
Um, Dupe, did you have any like wins or any, like I know you mentioned hypnosis, but any other techniques where you like left the calls and you're like, oh my gosh, like this was so crazy, or I love this?
Yeah, well, I mean, the majority of them, I have to say, there was something in all of them. You can always take things away, and
Mhm.
EFT, of course, I love EFT, but learning it again in a slightly different way, and just going through a really powerful. I remember doing the EFT on one of my colleagues, people in the cohort, and I loved going through it with her. And then she sort of talked me through my EFT, and we base it on all the things that we're going through, which is amazing. And I just remember coming out thinking, wow, that was really, really powerful, just really powerful. And you forget, you sort of do it every day, but you don't really maybe sit and think about the science behind it. And I think that was another thing to raise, just all the science behind what we do at Yes Supply, knowing that there's so much research behind all of these techniques and how they work and how effective they are, has been really important. That's been a real a lot of insight, because again you feel a lot more confident actually saying these things work, and there is science based research that shows it works, and it's so powerful. So EFT, definitely. I think things like Swish and mapping across as well, they're really amazing tools. And again, just going through that as well, I think that's been helpful. But I think every week just doing something and working on yourself helps you to grow as a person, as well as you're going through it, as well as from your own coaching perspective, but also what's going on with you internally that week or month or whatever. So yeah, it's been really powerful.
I love that so much. Thank you for sharing. It's so fun when, like, we have our techniques, obviously, but then it's also fun getting to go into the cohort and practicing on somebody else and they have their favorites. And, when you, like,
Mm.
are a coach for somebody and they get to be the client and they're like, oh my gosh, like, I just had this massive shift. And I'm
Yeah,
thinking, okay, like, I like this technique, but it's maybe not my favorite. And then watching also, like, your coaching, like, impact people. And, like you said, in cohorts, it's like your real life, your real problems, all the things. And, like,
yeah,
also getting to be a part of like that ripple is just like so fun, even within like our intimate container.
yeah. Agreed, agreed. There have been a couple where I've sort of gone through the motions and done what we need to do, and people have gone, that was really amazing, and you think, oh, okay, was it great? You don't appreciate, I don't think, how much of an impact we have as coaches. It's it can be seen as, a bit fluffy, a bit sort of not really, woo woo, whatever. But it's so powerful. Coaching is so powerful. And if you have never done one to one coaching or had a coach or group coaching, it's definitely something you need to, I think everyone needs to do it. And I truly believe in what Yes Supply stands for in terms of there should be a coach in every household, because it's such an important skill set to have. And but I think people that are coaches, especially in Yes Supply, it feels like we're all destined to be coaches, and I think it does show that we have so much value to give, and we've all got different stories and different experiences, and we bring different things to, and there's going to be coaches out there for us, people out there for us, for all of us, and so it's really exciting to see how others in the group as well, who are all sort of leaning towards different types of coaching, um, also bring their own flavor. So yeah, it's been really great.
I love that. Okay, so obviously you kind of had like a serendipitous version or kind of like serendipitous aspects to kind of get here. But what would you say to anybody who's on the fence about joining Yes Fly? What is your take?
Do it, do it. It's something that you can sit and think, do you really need it? That was where I was. I've already got a couple of certificate qualifications, diplomas, whatever you want to call them, and you could think, oh well, I don't need to learn anymore. But as I said, you always learn. We're here to grow as people. We're here to grow. We're here to feel alive. We're here to just enjoy life and learn and grow, and why would you not want to do it? The amount of resources that are in the Yes Supply method are unbelievable. I mean, there's just so much, and but it's done in such a really clever way, in the sense that it's absolutely doable. Each week you do a couple of modules, you watch all the videos, then you come to the group, you do the group. Okay, 3 hours, it might seem long to people, but I know there's the hour and a half version as well, and so you don't have to do the 3 hour version. For me, it worked. But if you're sitting on the fence, I wonder why, and what's the reason. And if you're here to really develop your coaching skills, you want to meet other like-minded women as well in the same container. You want to really learn multiple tools that you can then think, okay, I've got this in my back pocket. Don't necessarily need to use it, but I know it's there. Then it just gives you more confidence as well as a coach. And I think the trainers are amazing. So why not do
Oh,
it?
I love that. I love that. Thanks for sharing, Dupe. Yeah, coming from somebody who already has a bunch of certifications under your belt, like, and then coming in and feeling like this is such an amazing program, I think that that just says so much because I feel like I've just done so many things and will continue to do so many things. So I'm so grateful that you got to be part of the container. Where can we find you as you continue to grow and do all of your amazing things? Where can we follow
Oh,
along?
bless you. Thank you. So I'm at Thrive Alcohol Free, and it's all about thriving alcohol free. And thriving is the most important part, though. The alcohol free is a little bit. But yes, it's Thrive Alcohol Free, thrivealcoholfree.com. I've got my podcast, Thrive Alcohol Free. You can see the sort of train here. It's pretty much all Thrive Alcohol Free. And I'm on LinkedIn under Dupe Witherick as well. So if you're on in LinkedIn. If you're sort of corporate and thinking about moving into coaching, I'd love to have a conversation with you. And if you're thinking about the Yes, I'm happy to also talk to you individually. So feel free to get in touch.
Yay! Yeah, definitely. Well, our beautiful community, I'm sure will love to watch you on your journey. Dupe, thanks so much for sharing all of your exciting wisdom and experience with me on this call. I really appreciate it. Anything that you have left to say before we wrap up?
Well, I would love to mention that one thing I am stepping into, and again, I feel like with having the tools from Yes Supply is going to just make it even better, is I have my Bali retreat coming up, um, the Finding Freedom retreat in Bali. It starts in a couple of weeks, and so if anyone is looking to have a life-changing 1 week intensive, come along to Bali. There are a couple of limited spots available left, and I'd love the container to be full. So if you are interested in doing all this work and the subconscious mind, human design, and then also loads of curated experiences, excursions that I have pulled together working with a team, then I'd love to see you there. So feel free to reach out about that as well. And other than that, I just want to say thank you, Rylee and Steph, for just being so amazing and holding us so well in that container and making it a really brave and what's the phrase that Steph always used? Safe and brave space, or
Yes.
love it. So thank you for that.
Oh, of course, Steph and I and our whole Yes Fly team are just like honored to hold space for such incredible human beings. So thank you for being a part of our container and allowing us to hold space for you. And thanks for sharing your message. And I'm so excited to see all the stuff that happens with your retreat in Bali. That's going to be so incredible. So yeah, thanks again, Dupe.
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay,
Rylee. Good to
great
see
day.
you. Take care. Bye.
Bye.